Hi all, this is Subramaniam here. I'm an senior technology architect at Capgemini. I'm an AWS certified solution architect professional, and also I have the certification for AWS certified DevOps engineer professional. Today I'll be talking about AWS Amazon Inspector. This is an another AWS security service. We will explore on this today. This Amazon Inspector enables you to analyze the behavior of your AWS resources and helps you to identify the potential security issues. To set up this Amazon Inspector, we have to install this Inspector agent on all your EC2 instances. It might be manually or automated, so there is a provision for that so that we can show in the demo. Then we need to run the agent. After that you have to analyze it. Once you run that, it will does the analysis and then gives you a report. So it will highlights its findings. You can go through that them in detail. Here is the flow actually. First you will be required to create assessment targets. This which includes the EC2 instances which you need to assess it. So you can choose that. So that means that target EC2 instances it is referring to. Next is assessment templates. You have to create an assessment template. So that means what are all the things you need to check. So this I will explain in the next slide. Then the next thing is assessment runs. That means you will be creating assessment template and then you will be running that. Once you run that, it will generate a report. That reports will have the different findings. This is the assessment template actually. In the assessment template, you can choose for any one of these or combinations of these, or you can choose all these rules during the creation of the report. Those are all like network reachability, security best practices, common vulnerability and exposures, CAS operating system, security configuration benchmarks, and all that. Next, we will talk about the nature of assessment. The nature of assessment of the inspector includes two kinds, network assessment and host assessments. Network assessments includes check for ports reachable from outside the VPC. Host assessments includes like check for vulnerabilities in software, host hardening benchmarks, security practices for configuration. Okay, let us see the demo of this AWS Inspector. I have already logged into my AWS console. This is my EC2 dashboard. For the demo of this AWS Inspector, I have created a test EC2 instance, Windows instance it is. I made it as inspector test instance. Then we'll go back to the services. Recently I have used inspector. I can get it over here. Yes, so this is the dashboard of my Amazon Inspector. Here you can see like assessment targets, assessment templates, assessment runs, and its findings. As soon as I create this uh, inspector, I mean, as soon as I enable this Amazon Inspector, it will create a one service linked rule, which is the default rule it will use. You can edit also. So it lists down its findings like this: notable findings, important findings, recent findings, and assessment status, assessments which are currently running, runs completed, assessments runs failed. So these are all the listings you can see. And if I click on this assessment runs completed, you can see these many runs in my list. There are 8 runs. Okay, let us see how to create a target, how to create a template, and how to run, and how to go through that findings and all that we'll learn. Go to dashboard, and also here you can see the recent assessment runs, which is displaying last 10. So in my case, I have 8 previous runs. Let me create an assessment target. Already I have 3 targets, and let me create a new target. I'm going to create a target. Name I want to give it as AWS Inspector 81. I'll be including all my EC2 instance in this account and region. Check this checkbox. So, which automatically install the Amazon Inspector on this EC2 instances for the inspection. You can save that. Now your assessment target is created. Click on assessment templates, create an assessment templates. These are all my assessment templates which I have already. Let me create a new assessment template and give some name for that. Okay, so this is my assessment target. For this assessment target, I am creating a template, assessment template. Target name is this is the recent one which we have created. Choose that, and rules packages. Here we can choose the different rules for which we need to assess the instances. So you can choose any of these or all of these or few of this. Let me choose network reachability. In my demo, I'll be choosing all the things. Okay, I have chosen network reachability, security best practices, common vulnerabilities and exposures, CA's operating system, security configuration benchmarks. Okay, duration. Here you can see the different durations here. Recommended is 1 hour. Let me choose that. And SNS topics, if you want a notification after the completion of this report, then you will get a notification for this. So these are all my existing SNS topics. Right now I am not choosing anything. And if you want, you can add tags with the key values and attributes added to the findings. So you can add the attributes if needed to your findings. This assessment schedule will um, runs one for every 7 days. At first, it will run as soon as we create this assessment report. As soon as we create this assessment template, create this assessment template. Now the assessment template has been created. We can refresh and check. Yeah, this is the assessment template that we created now, and there are no runs recorded in this. Go to assessment runs. These are the list of assessment runs which I have ran previously. Come back to assessment templates. Choose your assessment template which you need to run. This is the template which we have created now, and I'll be running this. Our assessment run started. This is the one, right? This is the target name. So you can see like it's collecting the data. Keep refreshing this. I hope it will not take much time as I do not have many number of EC2 instances. I have just one EC2 instance I have. Okay, analysis is complete. And this is the one. Now you can see like analysis is complete, and go back to your findings. Before that you can go to the assessment runs. This is our latest assessment run. So it has two findings. Those are all high and medium. Okay, we'll go to the findings. So these findings, they are listed as medium and informational. If it is high, it will list under high. If it is medium, those will be listed under medium. And if it is low, which will be under low here, and informational kind will be under informational title here. Let me go to the medium. This is our current finding. Okay, so if we see these medium findings, let us see what is the issue here. So the issue is identified on this CRN. You can see that under our name, target name, this is the target, this is the template name, this is the start time, end time, the status is analysis complete. Findings is what actually on this instance TCP port 3389 which is associated with RDP is reachable from the internet. It is saying like this EC2 instance is exposed to the internet access. This might be our intentional, okay, but the inspector is analyzing that. The recommendation is you can edit the security group to remove the access from the internet on port 3389. Okay, so this is the resolution that they are recommending, and this is all the description about these findings. You can go through that in detail, and you can go to this security group, click on the security group. Okay, again you click on the security group ID. Okay, here you can see the inbound rules and outbound rules. See, this is the in, uh, finding from the inspector. It is recommending to remove this as it is exposed to the internet. Okay, so if you are intentionally created, and if this CCT is intentionally exposing to the internet, so it should not be a problem. Otherwise the necessary action has to be taken to improve the security on this. Okay, that is on medium. So next is one more is informational finding. What is this informational finding? We will see. So this is the ARN and run name, target name, template name. start time, end time. And findings is what aggregate network exposure on instance ports are reachable from the internet through ENI and security group. So it looks like it is a continuation of the previous issue only, and the severity is informational, and this is the description about this finding. And we'll see the recommendation for this is you can edit the security group and remove the access from the internet. Okay, so that's what we discussed in the previous medium findings also. So that's all from these findings. So in our current assessment run, there are two findings only. So those in those two findings, one is high and sorry, one is medium and another was informational kind. Okay. So the inspector classifies the findings into the groups like high, medium, low, and info. That's all from me as of now related to the Amazon inspector. Let us catch up with the new topic next time. Thank you all. Bye.